did not get to YouTube. Hello. Alright, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to a couple hours of experience here on twitch.tv/SamusGrovo, youtube.com/SamusGrovo, twitter.com, facebook.com, whatever, /SamusGrovo. I don't put this in there enough. If you have it, please like, subscribe, follow. I'd appreciate it. Alright. So, let's see. It's been a while since we've streamed. So let's kind of play catch up a little bit. Hi, babies. Why don't you go lay down? We're playing a Tabaxi Rogue, pure build, daggers, doing Knife Fighter tree. I really enjoyed this kind of melee. This is probably my favorite kind of melee. I'm not sure where exactly we're going to transition from this many points in the Knife Fighter tree versus getting up into Assassin, because that's what I really like. And I think the Tabaxis can do well here. So I'm kind of hoping to make this work. Capstone over in the Assassinate tree, but I kind of want to have 41 points in the Knife Fighter tree. So we'll see what happens. We have a couple of points in the Tabaxi tree tied up, real points. I'm playing with the Vigor. It's not been too bad. It hasn't been good, but it's not been too bad. Deep scratches. I don't know if it's really worth the point, but I don't know. I'm trying it. And then I listened to a DDO cast not too long ago, and Patrick and Guest were really talking about how they enjoyed this fast sprinter. I didn't love it particularly, but the first time I tried it, but I was not on a melee. And then last life I was also not on, well, I was on a melee, but I was on a quarterstaff build melee, and it didn't feel necessary. Where on this melee, it's a little better. It's not crazy, but it's a little better anyway. Pretty soon we should rework these, the cores and everything here, because we could get a little deeper now. But probably at level 11 we'll fiddle with that. 1 point left. I think what I've kind of been doing is going up this Knife Fighter tree, just for like the hard carry while leveling. This does a great job of that. Okay, now things claim to be live, but I can't see the playback yet, so let me refresh here and see if we actually get it. Alright, perfect. Playback, good. Alright. So at level 9 is when I like to do level 7 quests. I like to do my stuff 2 levels below my current level on Elite. Or sorry, not Elite. On Reaper. Reaper 1, Reaper 2, Reaper 4. Depends on the life. This life will probably go just like a chill one. Trying to figure out what is tying up a little bit of extra processor space here. So I'm getting a little bit of CPU tie up here that we shouldn't be having. I don't know. We'll just keep it on and see if it comes out in the finished product. Alright, so one of my favorite quests at this level range is, well, I guess I do them every life. There's basically, what, four in particular ones that people either love or hate. Tira Khan, Gwyland Stan, The Pit, and there's another 7. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I kind of already did the other 7s, the ones that people like, you know, the Turning Tide turn. The Tide Turns? Man, my dyslexia sometimes puts things in a really interesting order. So yeah, we did those. We cleaned up a lot of other miscellaneous kind of like favory type things the other day. I thought I was gonna be able to stream yesterday, but just things kind of crept up on me. But we had yeah. The wife just yelled. I don't know if you heard, but we were able to get the insurance we needed for my son's cell phone, and it just happened to be like yesterday probably was literally the last day that we could have gotten it taken care of because of the billing cycle issue that we were dealing with. So anyhow, it was probably a good thing that didn't work out yesterday, but we'll make the best of today. We didn't do the other traps, so we're probably not going to take the time to do this quest heavy on the trap mode. Sometimes I feel like I'm up for doing traps, or at least enough to get some bonus. I don't feel like dealing with it today. They should be able to clean that up. Hey, Naders. What's up, buddy? Good news. I found a potential jabbo. It'll be mornings. It sounds like it'll be 6 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And it'll be normally weekends. The best part is it'll be taking care of dogs. Feel like that is probably a place where I won't screw that up somehow. Alright, speaking of screwing up, where's my scary boy? There he is. Come here, scary boy. Orange Reaper. So we do what they call a shadow kind of thing to check the job out and test the waters. I do that tomorrow, and then assuming that goes well, I'll probably start there either Sunday or whenever. Let's have somebody open that up. I guess it's you then. Normally I don't need the shrine, but it's always nice to have that as an option. Last life, we came through here. I think we streamed it. We may have just recorded it. But last time we came through, we got wrecked at the fight right before the end fight. And we ended up having to take a shrine. Shrine res. But I think we were doing R4 because we were on an arty life. And I was like, I can do anything. You can, but doesn't mean you're gonna live every time, I guess. I don't know how much closer I could have been to that valve to be able to use that, but that's a little ridiculous. Yeah, that was on our end. Yeah, I don't know what exactly has gone on. Ever since the new video card, we've just had a little bit of issues. And I don't think the new capture card trying to take the heavy load is really getting the job done. I may have to set up a whole nother machine for streaming output. voice message here. Oh, lost our healer boy. Fix that. We're high enough level now to have res scrolls. Res scrolls. Hello? Hello, resurrection scrolls. Heal scrolls? Resurrection scrolls. Ah, yes, these are raised dead scrolls, technically. Okay, I think that's all dealt with now. You back in, take care of yourself mode. Alright. That's not the haste button I said to do? Haste though? Where's my haste? I guess we had a break-in at the arena last night and someone stole a bunch of PS4 controllers. Well, he's got a good security system. It's probably just all they could smash and grab and take off with, but the police response time is just garbage. We have a big tournament this weekend too, so that's always good to throw in some extra expenses that you weren't counting on and right before a big tournament where you're going to spend money, hopefully to make money. Okay. I would really like to have a haste. Okay. One more. Alright. In. Come here. Don't run away. Oh, what else is going on? Anything? I don't think so. It's mostly the local news, as it were. We don't want to burn our last charge yet before shrine. Probably will take the shrine. I don't know, we'll see. Alright. I'm just so used to firing those off now for these group fights. Walk and get stabbed, boys. Walk and get stabbed. Oh, I didn't mean to teleport them, though. I just meant to free them. Your job is to work the lever. Come on. Bring the trouble here, please. Gotta keep an eye on this Reaper. He's a Carnage, right? Yeah. Gotta make sure that we stay in a safety zone. Ah, never mind. We burned all of our boost. Get the garbage cleaned and we should be good to carry on. I feel like so slow all of a sudden. Fail. Oh, we rolled a 1. Alright, what do we got? 12, 10. I feel like that was a big fight for 30 fragments. Oh, I guess I need a new Bard song too. Where's our red named? There it is. Kitty Slat? Meow. It's nice to have a cleave on a two-handed fighter that you didn't have to invest in. I just don't know if it's good. It might be good. I'm trying it out. How about that? So far, I have been very impressed with the Tabaxi visually, like customizably, graphically, whatever those phrases are. Like, that is very, very impressive. How many options you have for customization for look and feel of the Tabaxi. But for actual gameplay, I have not been that impressed with them yet. Do you have a link to my full rogue build? I guess you're using the chunk. I talked about it, but I don't have like a write-up on it or anything. Give me a second, I'll pull it back up again. You can see where I am in the process. But basically, I have what, 3 points tied up here. And then I've currently got 21 points in the Knife Fighter tree, and a little bit over here in the Assassin tree. And then for stats, basically I think that video should be on YouTube, but basically I maxed out my decks. I kind of guessed where I thought I needed for my int, and then I put the rest in con. Basically what I did. Oh, he's not here. That's why. Alright, never mind. The thing that makes this one a little bit different than, I guess, than like what I would quote normally do, is that I went ahead and I let this one be dex based. I usually would make my build int based. Builds for me. Yeah, like I said, my whole whole TR video should be on should be on my playlist on YouTube. I wouldn't look for the one that's got like really short with the name that's similar to this one, because that video got interrupted yesterday. We were starting to stream yesterday and it didn't work out. Where if you go, I think one more video back, there'll be the TR Day video. Do we have anything here? Fragment here. Go to my channel. Should have did that first. But TR Day again, question mark, right here. Should have everything. Like it's always got that breakdown there. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, you can, if you'd like, I'll give you a link to my Discord, and you can always ask somebody there. That's for anybody. That's a link to the Discord in general. Anybody's welcome to jump in there. Alright, we need to fix our daggers, because apparently I wasn't paying attention before we went into the quest, and we had broken, damaged toys. You're welcome. The streaming community for DDO, in particular, I feel, compared to like some of the other games that I have played or watched in the past, is like typically like next level helpful. I look at people like Voodoo, Scrimtom, Nimvin, some of the others. People, I feel like people in DDO, particularly the streamers, the voices, Patrick, we try to also be ambassadors for the game, in the sense that we like to make sure we put our front foot forward, and that we're there to help everybody out. So pretty much anybody in the DDO streaming community, for example, should be good with advice. Whether we all agree on that same advice is another question. And go ahead and let those go. I don't think we use those very often. Okay. Repaired. You know what I haven't checked on in a while? I don't remember when these turn on. Apparently level 9. Give me everything! I am a person that uses the house P buffs as a I am super lazy. It lets me kind of get away with stuff that maybe I shouldn't, because I didn't take the time to prepare like I should. I'm okay with that. What was this guy? Samuel. I would like some sorting options for this. Level, class, most recently added. Pick some, I don't care. One thing I've noticed with this game is most players are willing to answer questions and offer help when asked. Yeah, that's... yeah. Like I said, I feel like we have a very solid community in that way. That guy? I swear there's a second champ. We missed. I'm not sure how we missed. We're plus 41 to attack. Feel like there should not be anything in this game at this level with an armor class of 42. Ah, maybe. Alright, maybe. I guess that'd be 43 technically. Well, I guess a 1 is always a miss, but I didn't see a Bambalaya. We don't need to be sneaky anymore. Is there anything fun and or exciting to talk about that's not overly political that'll get us in trouble, but fun and interesting to talk about? I can talk about my favorite side project, the thing that I feel like I probably have advocated for the most and I think would be the biggest aid in DDO. Profiling of our player base to basically make role-playing guides to be able to help the developers best build the game for us. I know, right? When I say that out loud, a lot of people are like, huh, that doesn't make any sense. But in Magic the Gathering, we use these profiles to answer a lot of questions and make sure that cards are fairly designed for various people. Now, I don't think we can steal the ones from Magic the Gathering directly for DDO because it's a much different game with a lot different ways to play. And it's not, the point's not necessarily winning, but I definitely think there's some good ones we can do. If I had to pick my most hated monster, I hate Thrackhounds the most. Thrackhounds are the worst of the dogs. But like something that I legitimately, yeah, probably Thrackhounds. Thrackhounds are like my perfect counter. I tend to play the shorter races, so their gust of wind attack will knock me down for a long time. And then anytime a dog can make you get consumed by the earth, it's scary. Let's see. Back to profiling, though. I think oftentimes the developers will ask us for feedback, and I think oftentimes when they ask, they genuinely have no idea of what that impact should be. Like they might have some general answers, but they can't summarize it, I guess. And it doesn't mean that every single person that I would group together, for example, would make sense as a monolith, but it will help you start to figure out how to do things for those people. Personally, for you, it's Driders. Okay, so you're not talking just DDO. You're talking about all of Dungeons and Dragons. The most terrifying monster in all of Dungeons and Dragons is the Spellweaver. Is my favorite monster to play with as a DM, because it is the scariest monster. The lag monster is probably the scariest monster in DDO, though. That one will get you every time. we didn't bring out our haste bot. Okay. Kill the back line, kill the front line, kill the next back line. I really should stop running through those because they're probably trapped. And by probably, I mean they're definitely trapped. I hate it when the casters go stand in their AoEs. It's smart. I just hate it. Come on. Hmm. 2 and 2. Yeah, we probably should shrine. I feel like I'm going to take the time to shrine. I should take the time to hit this button also. Alright, we'll get that tidied up. Do people have what they think is good in the end game right now? Anybody have any end game suggestions? I'll probably go back to my traditional screwing around wizard arty build. I like it, but I may do something else first to mix it up. The first rogue you've seen to use the poison enhancement, this one, it adds up. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're stabbing a lot, especially in the early game. When everything you're doing is attack speed, offhand chance, sneak attack, like when your whole purpose in life is layering together your fireball in your hands, right? Because the idea is to get all that sneak attack dice going. An extra D6 of that sometimes is pretty good. And doesn't mean that it always is good, but it's good now. You know, I genuinely enjoy that don't take damage. I would not mind just being able to take that somehow. Pika Pika, there he is. For most rogues say it's not worth the points, the same with bleed. I don't know what they're doing otherwise then. I'm not doing anything with this poison. This poison I feel like is tough, but this poison I think is pretty good. Well, that's fine. I'll deal with that guy later. No, nobody? Hello? Baddies? There he is. Alright, we want to break breakables now. We'll get those other traps on the way out, by the way. We won't forget them. Again, in my opinion, anytime that you're kind of specializing and making your attacks basically a fireball, right? With the sneak attack dice and all that, that is basically what I'm trying to do, right? And when you're trying to maximize your offhand chance, your double strike, and all that stuff, I'm just a fan of making my every single hit go as much as possible if I'm going to be maximizing those numbers. I'm not saying necessarily that I'm correct. It's just my thinking about it. Right, because we've got... Oh, that's nice. So you're picking up 8d6 sneak attack dice per hand, right? Per hand, per attack. We're trying to maximize this number, right? And that's why we have this guy and our attack speed. So might as well make that the equivalent of 8d6 or 9d6, right? Kind of miss, not kind of, I definitely miss having the music be on the play. Alright, let's see, we should have a champ for sure still, and probably a couple of trash mobs. A D-champed? Right, because that's it. Or did the champion one live some? Not live? Not live? There was a one that was not a champion? I don't remember. You know, the other thing I'll say, Jason, that the thing to keep in mind about different people's playstyles is the style of play that they like to play. For example, I was talking about this profiling earlier, but there's definitely people like you just said that are trying to squeeze every single point out. Yeah, I'm not sure where else you would put these points. You could put 2 here for sure, and then I'm not sure where else you would go, but there are places that you could definitely play with that. And or you build for you're building for different places, right? Most of the time I'm building for the 1 to 20, maybe the 20 to 30. That is not the button before. Yeah, I thought we had enough. Flameborn, huh? but no champ name. We don't want to put the powder in the last one yet. I'll make sure everything is smooshed. Basically breaking everything in here and in that other spot should give you your full bonus. Even one extra. 17 minutes for 31,000 experience points. There was a pot running though. Not bad though. Not bad. Alright, we've got the pit left for sure. I don't know if we have any other ones left. That were kind of on our short list. Yeah, these are Isle of Dread quests, which unfortunately I do not have Isle of Dread yet, so we will not be doing those. I know, people are like, what? Very poor at the moment. But I think I'll be starting a new job potentially tomorrow. That'll turn things around for sure. Yeah, we're not going to get our other point until we level. Lame. I should hit the mailbox while I was there. Is everyone familiar with the pit? Anybody not down the pinnacles? Anybody like, please, Daddy Samus, teach us the pits? Well, news is good for you. Daddy Samus is here to save you. Make sure this is working and that there's not comments on Twitter. Alright, step one for doing the pit. Throw that book in the garbage. It's fine. Reaper 2 should be fine. Might be a little bit intense in places, but that's fine. Oh! We'll go ahead and take a bard song. Alright, so this is how I do the pit. Other people do the pit differently. And it's okay to be wrong. But, okay, I was also wrong. I fell, and I didn't mean to. See if I can unscrew up here. Yeah, nice, okay. Alright, so, back to what I was saying. People do the pit differently, and they are wrong. So, we're going to start by going up. Oh, you know what? We could have... That mistake was not a fatal one. And then we're going to fall down. Loop-de-loo around until we find our jets. And then we're going to run straight to the first one here and get it turned off. We're going to loop around. We're going to try to pull these levers and and smash the things with the least amount of muss and fuss as possible in this room. Mostly because I'd rather fight and get out of here. Like, I don't want to be stuck in here for very long, so things don't continue to spawn problematically. Alright. Casters. Okay. I'll put these dorks here. Hopefully they'll clean up any danger. Alright, so now we're going to go to the furnaces. The furnaces are on the map. They look like rooms on fire. I don't know. That's how they did this map. It's kind of weird. They look like little flames. So that's what we're doing. Run around finding little flames. I have also noticed on the Tabaxi, and I'm going to apologize for those of you who have not seen this problem. Watch my run animation. You'll notice that it has a cycling repeat that hitches. I haven't timed it. I probably should. To see if it's a timing speed issue and like play with timing issues and stuff like that. But I don't get paid to do that. It's not my job to figure out what the bugs are. They would like me to be a QA taster. They have my resume. Alright, in each furnace, there is a bonus lever. That one, in this room. If you pull all three of those, down below will open an optional that you can get a Mux Doom. We will do that optional because I enjoy doing that optional, but it's not particularly needed anymore. There's a couple of spots where I'll probably put Featherfall on, and I'll tell you when that is, but otherwise I try not to use Featherfall in this section. Let me go ahead and take care of this one. I normally run past this guy, but there's just enough shenanigans going on. I don't want to get some sort of lightning bolt or something hitting me at the wrong time. Oops, almost. Very nearly almost. Alright, if your jump score is not great, I'd recommend not making that jump. But if, like me, you went and you bought your jump bonus, you're probably fine. Alright, also in each room is a bonus fights and chest. They're all a little bit different. This first one, we're just going to jump over here. There's a little ledge right here that you think that you want to jump to, but that's a trap. So here we're going to put our Featherfall on, just to make it a little easier. Jump again. And then we're going to leave our Featherfall on here, because what we're just going to do is we're just going to mouse look, however you like to mouse look, and just look at that ladder and walk to it until we touch it, and then walk up. Now you can take that back, that pesky Featherfall back up, off. We don't need it. We're going to smash this stuff in here. How you choose to smash it's up to you. Doesn't really matter. Pull this and we're going to leave because I don't want to fight that guy. Right. There's a chest in here that you can pick up. It's also a shrine and I think a collectible. Oh, and a breakable. Look at that. Oh, I forgot about that breakable. But that's the chest for that bonus fight that we just did up top. The rest of them, the bonus fights, have the chests in the same area. Also, I believe the rest of them are 2. This one was just 1. Yeah. Alright, this is a good time to detour. And you know what? Just because I have some detour scrolls and I'm feeling kind of lazy. Let's use it. We have a bunch. Make sure that we have 100% success rate on that. Alright, so now that we're back at the top, we could have ran back up here, which would have been totally fine. But instead, we're just gonna detour and run through here. I usually don't detour. I usually don't use scrolls, but we've already collected, I think, 5 so far this life, which is more than I'm kind of used to picking up. And I actually have now assembled a full stack of 100 in my or what is it, my personal bank, my shared bank. So as much as I like having piles of detour scrolls, I don't need that many. Okay, so this was already on Ghost, so it's Candy Cane. I'm going to switch to these name daggers. I'm not as worried about them taking damage in the fight. Take out the smallish damage first. Okay, well that was not as planned. Let's pull our guys back down. We're gonna clean up down here then. We'll do a slightly different order than usual. So I caught a hole. So normally I would come down here last. Clearly not what happened this time. There's still more spawns. Okay. Now we're gonna roll a 1 on a hold monster. We'll just clean that up. Alright, so normally I've done orange by now, and that lets me do yellow because they're the opposite. So that's I, so this one's I. Okay. The things are also, the codes are around the room. If you don't have a tool like Grimm's tool. What's Grimm's tool called? DDO Puzzles. This guy. I assume it's in here anyway. Yeah, there we go. So you can use a tool like that. You can run around the room and find them. You can just learn them / figure them out. They're not so difficult to kind of deduce once you've done it a couple of times. A couple of them will stand out, like that blue one is always hat. This red one is gun. There's probably 1 or 2 shamans floating around. We'll find them. what his problem was. There's a chest down here in the water, in that little hole in the water. I'm not as worried about collecting junk chests in general, just kind of showing where some of them are. Although I am broke this life, I probably should consider picking up some stuff. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and, if not this life, the next life, spend a little bit of time screwing around again in the epic levels. Alright, so back to the furnace for furnace number 2. Furnace number 2 is, I feel like, the one that people tend to struggle with the most for some reason. I think it's because it's got the most active countermeasures. I think that gets people confused or uncomfortable. So come over here and pull your lever, then run around, jump up, and then jump up here. And now you've skipped that air jet, and you pulled the lever. Let's see if people notice that hitching on their own, I guess. There it was. There it is again. Like, once it starts and you see it, I feel like I have a hard time not seeing it. It's like a little double hitch. Like, the cycle just doesn't quite see what I mean? You can see it on the ladder too. Like, the cycle just doesn't quite re-line up where it's supposed to. It's not far off, just a little bit off. Same jump, just like the first one. Same kind of nonsense. This optional is in a similar place, right? Something happened, and this one has moved away from the wall. Don't know when that happened exactly, but I noticed that last time here. All right, so this fight can get a little tricky. So, because it's like 3 casters and a named, I just want to make sure that I have a fresh haste when I go over here. Yeah, because it's a special area, things tend to champs and stuff like that. So imagine if this was 2 champs and a reaver, for example. Also, I thought this had 2 chests up here. This only has 1. I stand corrected from before. Apologies. Alright, so now we're going to the power breakers. Again, you could detour here if you had the spell memorized. I think it's probably going to be faster for us to just run in this case. So, yeah. Everything important is up and down this one ramp. Learn this ramp. Don't worry about the other ramp. There's 2 ramps. You want the one that comes out of the furnaces. That's the one you want to learn. The other ramp is garbage. Alright, we're going to load up our bludgeoning weapon. We'll show this off legit, I think. Basically, there's 2 of these levers that need to be pulled. Lightning bolts will shoot out of the wall to get you. Apparently, not auto pass on these. Alright, that's enough. Or if you look, there's a hole in the force field. Sorry. You stick your little hand right through. Or a tail, if you have a tail. Okay. That's more dangerous than that ooze. There can be a trap right here, so I usually just recommend finding the furthest away that you can interact with this chest to the side, and you're probably fine. Alright, now we're going to the main control room, which is what I like to call the Energon Cube. This is one of those places that you could run down, but I'm just going to cheat. It's the very last room on that downward spiral. It's also the lowest most room, I believe, in the next to the lava pit at the very, very bottom of the place. Which technically is a room. I put my real daggers, my real weapon away just in time to fight real monsters. Perfect. Do kind of want my hay spot back. Taking advantage of any hirelings, in my opinion, is a great way to turn gold into either more damage, more healing, more capabilities. If you're using the gold seal hirelings from purchases in the past, it's obviously getting additional bang for your buck. So I'm a person that likes to solo. I also enjoy playing with people. I just, when I stream, I find it to be very difficult to stream with people. Or to have people own the stream. Here's this guy, switch. The other caster hasn't popped out yet. Put Dorcas and Dorcas over here. Solve these puzzles backwards. There's only a couple of them. Just learn them. The other one's also out. Running behind for sure. A little bit slower. This is not that one. What did I do? Alright, so clearly this goes like that. Oops. Turn this one. See, this is what happened. I'm solving the wrong direction. Now I'm like, what? There we go. That one is not a hard one. I made that one hard by being dumb. Caster? No. Okay. Boink. This didn't get turned. This didn't get turned. I'm good at video games. This is the one that gets a little bit funky. Come on, there's our fun. Come on, there we go. Alright, clean up this mess. Hireling boy did his job. Alright, the bilge pumps is we're gonna exit here. We're gonna go up and we're gonna go out. We're gonna run past the furnaces and then the bilge pumps. I think I will take a second and try to get the bar raised, but we'll see. Also see maybe if we can get the, you know what, we'll just all rest. Screw it. All rest, he'll rest, everyone will rest. Old McDonald had a farm, we all took a nap. Yo. Let's get going. Bilge pumps is a couple of fights, pull a lever, and then turn around, run back to the furnaces. So keep that in mind. Again, if you learn this one path, everything that you really want is on this path. It's just a matter of where in the cycle. On the oozes, I just don't have to deal with. It'd be nice to have some sort of AoE right here, but I guess we'll just claw. Part of the reason we break breakables in this one, and we don't necessarily do it in the others, is because it's a twofer. Not because it's a good deal. Running up against that 30-minute window there, chat. The third furnace is the one that people have the most problems with. It's the most Mario. You will probably want Featherfall for this. I usually do. Again, I like having access to hirelings to do things for me, like pull levers and stuff like that, which we'll probably have them do. But obviously you don't always have to. Okay, did caster. Making sure we're using junk daggers. Alright, we're gonna put our Featherfall on. Try to catch the middle, didn't. So let me pull that lever again. Alright, it's fine. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. I typically don't take the obvious way that with that lever system there, jumping. You can take this lever and jump up. I don't like that. I feel like that's easy to make a mistake or screw up. I like to come over here, jump on this lever, come up here to that bonus fight. Sometimes they'll clear this chest area out, sometimes they won't. This time we're going to, because I I just want to trigger this fight and kind of show up this particular fight off for a second. 2 casters, one of which turned into a champ. The red name is not a champ this time. So that's good. And then what we want to do is we want to have our Featherfall on, and you can aim for this pipe right here. I personally find that that little puff of smoke is the easiest point to kind of aim for. But you just want to run under this pipe, and you'll notice the lever over here, just kind of like it's been on all the rest of them. You can come around this pipe through the middle and jump around like that, but these elementals will definitely see you if you walk through there, which is not a big deal, but sometimes is it's a deal breaker for people. A Carney in the pipe, huh? Gross. Alright, this is another spot where we could detour to the top. And for time, we probably should, but I kind of would like to clean these puddings up, just because I'm a little bit worried if I leave them for the guys, they'll get reapered. I don't want them to be reapered right now because I'd like to make sure that they are around and available for the end fight. Having access to your hirelings during that end fight is a big game. So we're just going to run up that ladder, or that ramp, just like we kind of talked about before. Just stay on it until we get to where we want to go. Don't get tricked. Stay. Here we could have jumped over, but we're going to just stay. Again, you can take whatever changes to the pathing you like later once you definitely have the map learned. But if you get in a pattern like this one, you won't need to worry about changing it. I'm going to go ahead and basically clear this whole room. Oh, except I guess maybe I can't anymore because my jump just ran out. Oh, we could die. We spawned a nasty Reaper too. Alright, never mind. Let's get back out of here. So normally if you jump up there, which is what I try to do, you can just jump up there and clear your garbage on the top line, and then you can come down. If not, you can clean the stuff up just like this. Bring it back up towards the top here. More or less, I just didn't want to have to deal with all of this nonsense at the same time, but it looks like that's not going to be available for us today. Yeah, we broke something on an ooze. You're not even going to try? Okay, he won't try. I was hoping he'd go try. Sometimes they will. There's one more infight. Or I guess not even infight. There's one more fight here that I would like him to trigger for me. But I guess I'll just have to do it. This is a good opportunity right here for a very disgusting series of champions / Reapers, whatever, to come get you. Again, not my fastest time, 31 minutes, but not my worst time. And then I'll show you guys one more trick, and then we'll probably level and call it a stream. I just kind of wanted to show off a little bit of level 9 here. All right, so right here at the furnaces, there is this pillar slash pipe area, right? If you fall right in that corner, you in auto room like I did there, you will not get the attention of the other oozes in this room. For some people, that's a big deal. For other people, it's not. For me, not having to have, you know, potentially 3 or 4 on Reaper mode, more enemies can be significant. There's our optional. All the oxen free. Rip. That's it. That's the pit. Not bad. So we did 31 minutes and it was almost 60,000 experience. Pretty good rate of return. Pretty good rate of return. Even better with more people that can divvy things out, or if you actually have your own D-door instead of just using scrolls. It's pretty huge. We'll take level 10, and then like I said, we'll probably call it a stream. Probably do some offline stuff at that point, and then we'll probably come back in a couple of days, probably next week actually, before I get a chance to get back, and then we'll be whatever we are. I may be ready to TR by then, I have no idea. But at 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there, which is probably what I'll have the next couple of days, doesn't make a lot of sense to try to stream that. Bluff, disable, haggle, hide. Do a little more jump. Move silence. I feel like our UMD is probably fine. We're going to start dumping our extra points now into balance as our new off skill. At least for now. I feel like I want to take opportunist. All right, and then nice. Right, this is the reason that we play this build. Perhaps I misread how that worked. Hello? When fighting with the dagger in each hand, 20% stacking chance to make an offhand attacks when dual wielding. Does that not just translate into offhand? Because we were already at 60. Oh. That weapon is broken. That's why. The cursed shard. We were using that to fight the oozes. That's why it broke. Alright. We'll probably, like I said, I'll figure out gear. It'll probably get Ravenloft up, etc., etc. I mean, that's just how it is, right? So I'll probably also... Well, it won't matter, because like I said, I'll probably find some time here and there to play, not on camera, stream, or whatever, but, so again, we'll just have to play it by ear where exactly we end up when we're done, but it's all good. All right, everybody, thanks very much for spending a little bit of time with me today. Not a super long stream, but that was the idea. We just kind of wanted to come in, touch base, and pop in, trying to figure out a new world balance for all this stuff. Alright, everybody, with that, I'm out of here. Peace, much love. I'm going to move this over here so I can see what's going on. Peace, much love. I don't think we'll see you tomorrow, but hopefully we'll see you very, very soon.